The girlfriend of King Harris, the son of T.I and Tiny, is now speaking out about her experiences with the Harris family, and the internet cannot stop talking about it. What started as quiet whispers online quickly turned into one of the biggest trending topics this year. Now, people are asking a serious question. Is King Harris dealing with more drama than anyone first realized, and how far does this situation actually go? Today, we are breaking down the full story surrounding King Harris, his girlfriend, the legal situation people are discussing, and the chain of events that brought everything to this point. To really understand what is happening right now, you have to look back at who King Harris is and how his life has unfolded over the years. Clifford Joseph King Harris II was born on August 25, 2004. He is the son of famous rapper T.I and R&B singer Tamika Tiny Harris, and he grew up as part of the well-known Harris family that many people have seen on reality television. From the moment King entered the world, cameras were already around him and microphones were never far away. Fame was not something that slowly appeared later in life for him. It was part of his environment from day one. Born in Atlanta, Georgia on August 25, 2004, King grew up as an American celebrity kid with a life that many people were already watching. His father, Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as Tip or T.Y., built a huge name in Southern hip-hop as a rapper, songwriter, actor, producer, and businessman. At the same time, his mother Tamika Tiny Cottle made her own mark in music as a talented singer and songwriter, and as a member of the legendary R&B group Escape. King was also raised in a big blended family that includes several siblings and half-siblings such as Zonique, Messiah, Damani, and Deja, many of whom are also connected to music and entertainment. This is not a quiet private household. This is a family that has spent years living in front of the public eye. As he got older, King started stepping into the music world himself. In 2020, he began releasing songs under the stage name Kid Sayin', experimenting with trap sounds and melodic hip-hop while trying to build his own lane in the industry. After that, King continued pushing his music forward and dropped the EPA Thin Line Between King and a Lion in 2021. The project included tracks like Young, Wild, and Reckless and Bust Down, showing that he was serious about stepping into the music world. This was the moment he started shifting from being known only as a reality TV kid to someone trying to make noise as a recording artist. King was not just sitting back living off his parents' fame. He was clearly trying to carve out his own lane and prove he could stand on his own in the industry. In that same year, he also released his debut album, Wild Rockstar. Around this time, King started getting even more attention online, especially through social media. He posted clips of himself singing, performing, and showing off his personality across platforms like Instagram. And that detail matters more than people realize, because social media is exactly where a lot of King's public drama started becoming visible to everyone watching. King also stepped into television opportunities along the way. He joined the improv comedy show Wild 'N Out and later made a guest appearance on the 2021 competition series Wash Wars. Then in 2023, he showed up on Dish Nation as himself. At that point, things looked like they were lining up the way many celebrity kids hope for. Television appearances, online attention, and music releases were all stacking up as he tried to build his name. But then the tone of the story started to change. In September 2022, King Harris became involved in a heated verbal altercation at a Waffle House in Atlanta, and the moment quickly caught public attention after a video from the scene spread online. Once the clip started circulating, people everywhere began talking about it. His parents later addressed the situation publicly, defending their son while also acknowledging how complicated life can be when someone grows up constantly in the spotlight. For many viewers outside of the reality TV audience, that Waffle House moment was the first time they really noticed King Harris for something unrelated to music or his family's legacy. The video traveled fast across the internet, and opinions started forming almost immediately. Around the same time, King also became known for being very outspoken on social media, often responding directly to critics and people commenting about his family. And that back and forth online would soon become a pattern that kept pulling even more attention toward him. King Harris has never been the type to stay quiet when people talk about him. If someone threw criticism his way, he usually fired right back. That attitude definitely got him attention online, but it also pulled him into situations that were harder for anyone around him to control. What started as small social media arguments slowly began turning into something bigger. And the situation involving his girlfriend that people are discussing right now is only one part of a much larger story. The conversation around King eventually started involving police reports, court discussions, family reactions, and even commentary from other figures in the music world. The truth is, King Harris did not suddenly appear in headlines overnight. There was a slow build that people started noticing over time. At first, the moments were small, then they started stacking up, and eventually the pattern became obvious enough that even his father could not ignore the attention surrounding it. King Harris, the son of music stars T.I and Tiny, suddenly became the center of heavy debate across social media. On Wednesday, August 31st, 2022, King shared something surprising with his followers. He revealed online that he had been arrested, and his mugshot quickly started circulating across the internet. Not long after that, he went live on Instagram to tell his side of the story and explain what had happened. The situation quickly caught even more attention when people learned the reason behind the arrest. Reports said the issue involved a minor traffic matter related to not wearing a seatbelt. For most people, that type of situation usually ends with a simple ticket and a warning before going home. But because King Harris was involved, the moment exploded across social media. After the mugshot began spreading online, King jumped back onto Instagram and posted about it. He wrote, "I'm back. Fuck 12 wild beast." In a selfie he shared, he was also seen making a hand gesture while speaking directly to followers. In another post he added, "Monet a little minor setback, Fi a major comeback, fuck 'em." Those posts immediately pushed the conversation into overdrive. A lot of people online started asking why someone who grew up with so many opportunities would react that way to a minor legal situation. The internet had strong opinions, and many users were not shy about sharing them. One person tweeted, "Born into wealth, but you want to be a goon. Why can't you just enjoy being rich in silence?" But the moment that really caught people's attention was his father's reaction. "I did not try to sugarcoat the situation at all. During a public conversation, he made it clear that if things kept going the same direction, there could be serious consequences for his son. He explained that he recognized the behavior because he had lived through a similar mindset before. In his words, he basically warned that the path King was moving toward could lead to prison if nothing changed. T.I openly said he had already sat down and had that tough conversation with his son. He also described King as a good kid who might be chasing the wrong influences around him. And when T.I speaks about that kind of road, people listen. This is someone who has personally faced federal prison time in the past and knows exactly how fast situations can spiral. So when he went on Instagram Live and talked about the possibility of his own son heading down a dangerous path, the internet immediately locked in and started paying attention. But the story did not stop there. According to jail records, there was also a warrant issued for King Harris in Pickens County after he reportedly failed to appear in court. Records show that back in August 2022, he had been charged with speeding, knowingly driving on a suspended license, and driving under the influence of drugs. That means the earlier seatbelt situation people were discussing online was only one piece of a much bigger legal picture. Those charges were still hanging over him, and missing court dates only made things more serious. Then fast forward to October 2024, and another incident reportedly brought King Harris back into headlines again. Reports said the 19-year-old pulled out of a gas station in Dunwoody right in front of a police officer, nearly colliding with the officer's cruiser. That moment alone was enough to grab attention, but the situation reportedly became even more tense after the officer approached the vehicle. According to the incident report, the officer claimed they could smell the odor of marijuana coming from inside the car. While speaking with King, the officer also noticed that he had a firearm on his hip. Because of that, the officer asked him to place both hands on the steering wheel while they checked his information. But when officers checked further, they learned that the 19-year-old had an active warrant from Pickens County for failing to appear in court. Despite the tension of the situation, the officer later noted that King Harris remained cooperative during the arrest. According to the report, the officer explained, "Mr. Harris was cooperative and I removed the firearm from his hip with no issue." The officer continued saying, "I then had Mr. Harris step out of the vehicle and I detained him by placing handcuffs on him." The officer also stated, "I escorted Mr. Harris to my patrol vehicle, conducted a pat-down, and placed him into the rear of my vehicle." So at least in that moment, King reportedly followed instructions and did not escalate the situation further. That detail mattered because things could have easily gone a very different direction during a stop like that. After the arrest, T.I.'s son was taken to DeKalb County Jail where his mugshot was taken and the booking process continued. Reports also said King was not alone in the vehicle at the time. 2 other people were riding with him, and during a search of the car, officers allegedly found 2 small baggies of marijuana. One of King's companions was reportedly cited for marijuana possession, though that individual was not taken into custody. This situation also brought renewed attention to comments T.I. had previously made about trying to discipline his son while he was growing up. At one point, he explained, "He done got all the whoopings and punishment. I made it clear that he believed he had already tried every form of discipline a parent could give." He continued explaining that at a certain point, a person has to face the consequences of their own choices and learn from them. That message carried weight. I was basically telling the public that he had done everything he could as a father. From that point forward, the decisions belonged to King. And throughout this story, that feeling keeps coming up again and again. A father watching his son move through situations he can no longer fully control. But the legal issues were only one part of the chaos surrounding King Harris. The people around him, the friendships he formed, and the conflicts he stepped into all started adding more pressure and more public attention. And this is where the story really heats up, because the drama involving King Harris and his girlfriend, along with the tension it reportedly created inside the Harris family, is the part that truly set the internet on fire. The young rapper's personal life soon became another huge topic online. Reports said King Harris was dating a woman who was expecting his child, and the news quickly started spreading across social media. The public first heard about it when T.I appeared on Atlanta radio station Hot 107.9 in August 2024 while promoting his song, Thank God. During that interview, T.I casually revealed that his son was about to become a father. The way he said it definitely caught people's attention. T.I told listeners, "I got a grandson on the way, King's about to have her." Then he joked, "I told him, I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all time. I will raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me. I promise you there will be an indictment in this young one." The room burst into laughter when he said it. Even though he was clearly joking, there was still a real message behind it. T.I was admitting that raising King had been a wild journey, and now the roles were about to flip in a funny way. Just a few weeks later, the news became reality. In November, King and the mother of his child, who goes by Big Nana, welcomed a baby boy into the world. Around the same time, King released a song called Dear Son, dedicated to his newborn. In an Instagram post promoting the track, he wrote, "Nav 5809, welcome King Jr., time to take over." It was a big life moment for him. Becoming a father can change everything. And for a moment, many people wondered if this could be the turning point in King's life. But the attention around his relationships did not slow down at all. The mother of his child, Big Nana, has mostly stayed out of the spotlight, choosing to keep a low profile. Still, the internet has kept a close eye on King's dating life because he grew up in such a famous family. Every new rumor or connection quickly turns into a discussion across blogs, social media pages, and YouTube channels. Because of that, people constantly ask the same question online: who exactly is King Harris dating? The answer has not always been simple, since his name has been linked to different women over time. And now the situation involving a girlfriend speaking out in court about both King and T.I has added another layer to the ongoing drama. It is important to note that the Harris family has faced various accusations and legal challenges from multiple directions over the years. In posts shared online, a person named Peterson accused the Harrises of mocking alleged survivors while claiming that federal authorities were already aware of the situation. Peterson also said that fans deserved to know what was happening. She further shared what she described as text message exchanges between King Harris and a young woman. Peterson claimed the messages suggested the woman had been placed in a harmful situation. According to those posts, the woman's family reportedly contacted Peterson's legal team because they were worried about their child's safety and believed she may have been caught in a troubling environment connected to people around the Harris family. These claims have circulated widely online, though situations like this often require careful review and verification as information continues to develop. It is important to remember that these were allegations and claims circulating online, and they have not been proven in court. Still, the fact that King Harris's name was being mentioned alongside his parents in conversations like this showed just how complicated the situation had become. At one point, a defamation lawsuit that Peterson filed against the couple ended up being largely dismissed in March. The court even ordered Peterson to pay nearly $97,000 in legal fees. So legally, that particular case did not go in her favor. Even with that outcome, the discussion across the internet had already exploded. In the court of public opinion, once a story spreads, people keep talking whether the case holds up or not. And suddenly King Harris, a young man just entering his 20s, was being mentioned in controversies that went far beyond simple traffic stops or missed court dates. His name was getting dragged into serious online debates that no family wants to see attached to their child, no matter how famous or successful they are. Then another moment pushed the drama even further into the spotlight: the argument at the Atlanta Falcons game. Over the past year, King Harris has found himself in headlines again and again. And one of the most talked about incidents was the heated confrontation involving his own parents, T.I and Tamika "Tiny" Harris. During a Falcons game in November 2023, things reportedly got tense in a very public way. King appeared on Instagram Live while at the event, and what started as a conversation quickly turned into a visible argument between him and his parents. People watching online saw the disagreement unfold in real time, and clips from the live stream spread across social media almost instantly. During that moment, King claimed he had mostly been raised by his grandmother rather than growing up surrounded by luxury. That statement immediately caught attention because it challenged the public image many people had about his upbringing. But right there on the spot, both T.I and Tiny pushed back against that claim while the cameras were still rolling. King was expressing his side of the story, saying his childhood was different from what people believed. Meanwhile, his parents were firmly disagreeing with that version of events as the conversation played out live online. Later on, T.I tried to calm the situation by describing it in interviews as a normal disagreement between parents and their child. But the internet did not see it that way at all. Many viewers took the viral moment as a sign of deeper tension within the Harris family. And when you add that public argument to everything else, the legal issues, the online debates, the arrests, and the girlfriend speaking out, it created a picture that had people wondering if King Harris was dealing with more pressure than ever while the entire world watched closely. The situation involving King Harris's girlfriend, the one many people connect to the title of this story, fits right into the larger pattern that has been building around him. When someone close to King decides to speak publicly about their experiences, whether that happens in a courtroom or on social media, it instantly adds another layer to a story that already has a lot going on. People in King's inner circle are no longer staying silent, and the things being said have sparked even more conversations online about both King and the public image of the Harris family. Some people thought that after the arrest, the legal headlines, and the public family disagreements, King Harris might take a step back from the spotlight for a while, but that is not what happened at all. Instead, in February 2026, King suddenly found himself stepping right into one of the biggest rap feuds being talked about that year: the ongoing tension between his father T.I and rapper 50 Cent. The roots of the rivalry between T.I and 50 Cent go back years. At one point, there was talk about the two going head-to-head in a versus battle. T.I openly said he was interested in the idea, especially since it would have placed him against the G-Unit rapper and entertainment mogul. But according to T.I, the matchup never happened because 50 Cent backed away from the plan. That old tension never completely disappeared, and by February 2026, things suddenly heated up again in a major way. While promoting his Kill the King album and teasing his new track Let Him Know, I began throwing lyrical shots that people quickly noticed. Social media turned into a battleground as both artists began trading posts and subtle jabs on Instagram. The situation escalated even more after T.I previewed a snippet of a diss track titled War on Sunday, February 22nd. The very next day, he doubled down by sharing another preview during a segment on Atlanta's Hot 107.9 radio station. The online back and forth between the two rap heavyweights kept getting louder. Then came the moment that really sparked the fire. 50 Cent posted a photo of T.I.'s wife, Tamika Tiny Harris, and many people felt the image was meant to be disrespectful. That single post set off a chain reaction across social media, and suddenly the entire Harris family seemed pulled into the conflict. King Harris did not stay quiet when he saw the post about his mother. He jumped straight into the comments section and began responding directly to 50 Cent. What started as trolling quickly turned into a heated exchange, and King made it clear he was ready to defend his family online. The tension escalated further when King began sharing posts and stories aimed at 50 Cent, including images referencing the rapper's late mother, Sabrina Jackson. One of the posts reportedly included a photo connected to her name and memorial details, which pushed the situation into an even more intense and controversial direction across social media. The situation exploded even further when King Harris shared something that many people in hip-hop considered crossing a serious line. At one point, King posted an image of a tombstone with the name of 50 Cent's late mother on it. In rap beef, artists often trade harsh words, but bringing up someone's deceased family member is something many people see as extremely disrespectful. King Harris, the youngest son of Atlanta rapper T.I, said he was defending his mother after the photo of Tiny was shared online. He took to Instagram with multiple posts, calling out parts of 50 Cent's past and pointing to several controversies connected to the rapper over the years. King referenced old rivalries, the aftermath of the 2000 shooting that 50 Cent survived, and past accusations that had been reported in the media. He put a lot of those topics back into the spotlight during the online back and forth. The tension did not stay on social media either. On February 24th, King reportedly released a new song titled Made Man, where he took several lyrical shots aimed directly at 50 Cent. The music turned the online feud into a full rap battle moment. Even King's brother, Damani, stepped into the situation as the drama between the two camps kept building. During the height of the back and forth, the Harris family responded with several diss tracks aimed at the G-Unit mogul. Damani shared a track called Ms. Jackson, which sampled the well-known Outkast song of the same name. The record was framed almost like an open message directed toward 50 Cent's mother, and the cover art reportedly showed a burning house, something many listeners interpreted as a reference to the tragic way she passed away. King then added more fuel to the situation by releasing a song and video where he appeared wearing a shirt that displayed an image connected to 50 Cent's mother. That moment quickly spread across social media and drew reactions from several figures in the rap world, including Rick Ross, who publicly showed support for the move, but even T.I. himself admitted that the situation had gone too far at that point. When he was later asked where he believed the line had been crossed, he pointed directly to the moment he saw the shirt in the video. T.I. explained that when he saw that image, he felt it was time for things to stop. He also spoke honestly about how uncomfortable the whole feud made him feel as a father. T.I. said he did not enjoy watching his son jump into the conflict at all. He explained that he had spent years trying to guide King away from reckless decisions, and now the online war had given him a reason to act in ways he had been trying to avoid. In his view, the post about Tiny became the spark that pushed King to react emotionally and escalate the situation even further. Even with all the controversy, T.I. made it clear that part of him still felt proud of how his son stood up for the family. He explained that he raised his children to carry themselves with respect, to think logically, and not let emotions completely control their decisions. At the same time, he admitted that seeing the men in the family step up to defend the women and children meant something to him. T.I. basically said that in their household, there is always going to be a line of men ready to stand up for their family no matter who they are facing. As for 50 Cent, his reaction was completely different from what many people expected. Instead of jumping into a full rap battle with King Harris, the G-Unit mogul mostly brushed the situation off. In one Instagram post, 50 shared a popular cartoon frog meme and added a short caption that suggested he was not taking the situation too seriously. Rather than responding with a diss track, he laughed it off and kept moving. Up to this point, he still has not responded to King Harris with the song, but the feud still matters when you look at King Harris's bigger story. This was not the first time 50 Cent had gone back and forth with the son of another famous rapper. Earlier in 2026, he had also traded words with Christian King Combs, the son of Sean Diddy Combs. So when King Harris jumped into the conflict, he became the latest rapper's son, stepping into 50 Cent's orbit of internet drama. Even though T.I. supported defending the family, he later admitted that one specific moment went too far, when King wore a t-shirt showing an image connected to 50 Cent's late mother. That visual crossed the line for him as a parent. Still, the moment got a lot of attention in the rap world. Rick Ross even jumped into King's comments asking for one of the shirts, which showed how differently people inside hip-hop sometimes react to controversy. And meanwhile, the music connected to the feud was actually helping T.Y.'s career momentum. Songs connected to his album Kill the King started performing strongly on urban radio and trending across platforms from Instagram discussions to Billboard chart conversations. For T.I., the drama brought extra attention to his music. But for King Harris, the situation only added more pressure to a story that was already packed with controversy. When you step back and look at everything together, the arrests, the family arguments, the rap beef, and the online accusations, you start to understand why someone close to him might eventually reach a breaking point. King Harris is only 21 years old, yet in just a few short years, his name has already appeared in multiple headlines. Reports show that in 2024, he was arrested in Georgia after authorities discovered an open warrant tied to a 2022 case. Moments like that kept pulling him back into the spotlight again and again. Over the past few years, King Harris has found himself in the spotlight again and again for situations that go far beyond music. He has had public confrontations with his parents and has appeared in headlines tied to several high-profile incidents. One of the most talked about moments happened during that Atlanta Falcons game, when an explosive argument between King and his parents, T.Y. and Tamika Tiny Harris, played out in front of cameras and quickly spread across the internet. Moments like that kept adding to the public attention around him. At just 20 years old, King was suddenly connected to controversies that most young people never experience on such a massive stage. He stepped into rap feuds that brought him face-to-face with some of the most powerful personalities in the entertainment world, and his name also appeared in serious allegations circulating online. The pressure around him kept building with every new headline. At one point, T.I. spoke very openly about his concerns during an Instagram Live conversation. He said, "If he got and keep that stuff, he's going to prison. Ain't no way around. It ain't nothing I'll be able to do about it." That statement did not sound like anger or frustration in the moment. It sounded like a warning from someone who has personally experienced the consequences of pushing the law too far. T.I. knows that road because he has already walked it himself. He faced federal prison time earlier in his career and understands exactly how quickly things can spiral once legal trouble starts stacking up. When he spoke about his son possibly heading down that same path, many listeners felt it sounded like a father recognizing patterns he had seen before. The situation involving King's girlfriend speaking out in court is simply the newest chapter in a story that has been building for years. When women connected to King, whether it is the mother of his child, someone he dated, or someone linked to the family, start sharing their experiences publicly, the audience immediately pays attention. That is partly because the story surrounding King already has so many dramatic moments attached to it. Another moment that pulled his name back into the spotlight involved body camera footage from his October 2024 arrest in Dunwoody, Georgia. When that footage surfaced online in 2025, people suddenly had a closer look at what happened during the stop. The video, which ran for nearly 30 minutes, quickly spread online and sparked a wave of new reactions from viewers. In the footage, King appears frustrated with the situation as officers handle the arrest. But frustration does not erase the facts that were being discussed at the scene, including the warrant connected to his name, the firearm officers said they saw on his hip, and marijuana reportedly found in the vehicle. Those details became part of the ongoing conversation surrounding the incident. There is also the issue of firearms appearing in some of King's public posts and music visuals. In one example, he appeared in a music video alongside rapper Tootie Raw, the son of Boosie Badazz, where both young artists were seen holding firearms as part of the video imagery. The moment later drew criticism from their fathers, who reportedly scolded them and warned them about the message that kind of image can send. In that video, T.I.'s reaction made a lot of sense when you remember his own history. The Atlanta rapper once served prison time connected to federal weapons charges, so the topic of firearms is not something he takes lightly. Because of that past, seeing his son appear with guns in music videos or being connected to situations involving firearms during traffic stops naturally raise serious concerns for him. At one point, the King of the South even confronted King in a viral moment after footage surfaced from a music video shoot where the young rapper was seen holding a gun alongside Boosie Badazz's son, rapper Tootie Raw. The clip spread quickly across the internet, and people began debating the message it sent. King defended himself by saying that having a gun was not illegal, but T.I. responded with a deeper point that had nothing to do with legality alone. T.I. explained that the real issue was the image being projected. He told King that the way he was presenting this lifestyle could attract the wrong kind of attention. His message was basically that even if something is technically legal, the way it is displayed publicly can create problems. And looking at everything that happened afterward, many people believe that warning turned out to be accurate. Then the feud with 50 Cent pushed King's public image into an entirely new level of controversy. Before that conflict, most people mainly knew him as T.I.'s son, who occasionally landed in trouble or appeared in headlines because of arrests or online arguments. But after the feud exploded across social media, King became widely known for posting extremely personal attacks during the back and forth, including the controversial image referencing 50 Cent's late mother. Even T.I. admitted there was a point where things went too far. When asked about the moment he felt the line had been crossed, he pointed directly to the video where King wore a shirt connected to 50 Cent's deceased mother. T.I. said, "I said, that's enough." He explained that he believed strongly in treating people the way he would want to be treated himself. That statement carried weight coming from someone like T.I. This is a rapper who has spent decades involved in competitive hip-hop culture and lyrical battles, yet even he acknowledged that certain boundaries should not be crossed. When a father with that level of experience says something went too far, it says a lot about how serious the situation had become. Despite all of that, King has continued staying active online and has not shown many signs of stepping away from the spotlight. During the ongoing back and forth connected to the feud, he even posted another message on his Instagram story on Wednesday, February 25th, writing, "You gonna get me started again, Curtis? Just food." So the drama has kept going, with King continuing to post and respond while the internet watches every move. Meanwhile, the people closest to him, including the women connected to his life, are also witnessing everything unfold. When someone lives so much of their life publicly and stays in the middle of controversy, it often leads to others eventually speaking out about their own experiences. That is why the situation involving King Harris's girlfriend going to court and sharing her side has captured so much attention. After everything that has happened, the arrests, the family conflicts, the rap feuds, and the constant online drama, the story surrounding King has reached a point where every new voice connected to it adds another intense chapter. When situations like this reach a certain point, the people involved often start turning to official channels. They go to authorities, they speak in court, and sometimes they even take their stories to the media. And once that happens, every action, every message, and every decision can suddenly become part of the record. That is the crossroads King Harris appears to be standing at right now. He can keep moving in the same direction. The arrest, the online feuds, the social media battles, and risk ending up exactly where his father once warned he might. Or he can pause, look at the pattern that has been forming around him, and decide to change course before things go any further. Right now, the spotlight on him is brighter than ever. The girlfriend speaking out in court is not the final chapter of this story. It feels more like another alarm bell in a long list of warnings that have been building over the years. Even T.I. once described King as a good kid who might be chasing the wrong influences. That statement still hangs over everything that is happening now. Because real life is not like social media. In the real world, you cannot simply delete something and pretend it never happened. Courts keep records, witnesses give testimony, and when people close to you decide to speak publicly, their words carry serious weight. That is the reality surrounding King Harris at this moment. When you look at the full picture, the legal trouble, the public arguments, the feud with 50 Cent, the controversies that keep following his name, and a father who has warned him about this path more than once, it becomes clear why so many people are watching this story closely. Every new event feels like another turning point, and the story of King Harris is still being written right now. Every chapter so far has looked like a warning sign, and if the people closest to him, his girlfriend, his parents, and others around him are all sending similar messages, then maybe it is time for those words to finally land. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about everything that has happened with King Harris? Do you think he can turn things around, or does this path only lead one direction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who follows hip-hop news so you do not miss the next update on this story. Because with everything happening around King Harris right now, this situation may not be over anytime soon.